What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams. It's finally Friday, and it's time we've bid farewell to our month of Johnny Depp films. It's time we bid adieu to the celebration for the 60th birthday of the actor. Today we're going to be discussing Transcendence, starring, of course, the birthday boy himself, Johnny Depp, alongside Rebecca Hall, Kate Mara, Paul Bettany, Cillian Murphy, Cole Hauser, and Morgan Freeman. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, it's finally Friday, it's the end of the month, and today we bid farewell to our month of Johnny Depp movies. Today we wrap up our celebration of Johnny Depp's 60th birthday by discussing Transcendence. And as our movie opens, Dr. Will Castor is a scientist who researches the nature of sapience, or wisdom, including artificial intelligence. He and his team work diligently to create a sentient computer, as he predicts that such a computer will create a technological singularity, or in his words, transcendence. His wife, Evelyn, is also a scientist and frequently helps him with his work. Meanwhile, an anti-technology terrorist group called RIFT, which stands for Revolutionary Independence from Technology, carry out synchronized attacks on AI laboratories, while one member shoots Will with a polonium-laced bullet. Will is given no more than 1 month to live, so in desperation, Evelyn comes up with a plan to upload Will's consciousness into the quantum computer that the project has developed. Now, his best friend and fellow researcher, Max Waters, questions the wisdom of this choice, reasoning that the uploaded will would only be an imitation of the real person. Will's consciousness survives his body's death in this technological form, and he requests to be connected to the internet in order to grow in capability and knowledge. But Max believes that the computer is not actually Will, and he demands that it be shut down. Evelyn, being offended by all of this, demands that Max leave. Meanwhile, at a bar, Max is met by Bree, the leader of Rift. He refuses to talk to her at first, and he leaves, but he is kidnapped by other members of Rift in the parking lot. They use his cell phone to track down Evelyn's location, and when Rift discovers where Evelyn has established her project, she connects the computer and escapes before Rift can destroy the equipment. Now, in his virtual form, and with Evelyn's help, Will uses his newfound vast capabilities in order to build a technological utopia in a remote desert town called Brightwood, where over the course of 2 years, he spearheads the development of groundbreaking technologies in medicine, energy, biology, and nanotechnology. However, Evelyn grows fearful of Will's motives when he displays the ability to remotely connect to and control people's minds after they have been subjected to his nanoparticles. After visiting Evelyn and the underground facility that Will has built and seeing the capabilities of the hybrids that Will has created, FBI agent Donald Buchanan and government scientist Joseph Tagger become suspicious of Will's motives and plan to stop the sentient entity from spreading with the help of the government and Rift. Now, since Will has already spread his influence to all of the network computer technology in the world, Max and Rift develop a computer virus with the purpose of deleting Will's source code, thus destroying him. Evelyn plans to upload the virus by infecting herself and then having Will upload her consciousness. However, as a side effect, the virus would be the destruction of the technological civilization. This would also disable the nanoparticles, which would have spread within the water, throughout the wind and air, and have already started to eradicate pollution and disease, as well as human mortality. When Evelyn goes back to the research center, she is stunned to see Will in a newly created organic body, which is identical to his old one. Will welcomes her, but is instantly aware that she is carrying the virus and she intends to destroy him. The FBI and the members of Rift attack the base with artillery, destroying much of its power supply and fatally wounding Evelyn. When Bree threatens to kill Max unless Will uploads the virus, he explains that he only has enough power to either heal Evelyn's physical form or upload the virus. Evelyn tells Will that Max should not die because of what they have done. So Will agrees and uploads the virus in order to save Max. As Will dies, he explains to Evelyn that he did what he did for her, as she had pursued science in order to repair the damage that humans have done to the ecosystems. In their last moment, he tells Evelyn to think about their garden. The virus kills both Will and Evelyn, and a global technology collapse and blackout ensues. 3 years later, in Will and Evelyn's garden at their old home in Berkeley, California, Max notices that their sunflowers are the only blooming plants. Upon closer examination, Max notices that a drop of water that is falling from a sunflower petal instantly cleanses a puddle of oil and realizes that the Faraday cage around the garden has protected a sample of Will's sentient nanoparticles. We then hear a voiceover by Max stating that Will created this garden for the same reason that he did everything in life, so that they, being Will and Evelyn, could be together as our movie comes to its close. This was an interesting precautionary tale about playing God and the outcomes of trying to be more than what you're supposed to be. I understand that scientists are out there looking to develop new procedures, technologies, cures for diseases, etc. But there comes a point where there's a line that you're not supposed to cross. And Johnny Depp's character of Will in this film crossed that line by trying to create this sentient computer. And once he suffered the ultimate fate and died and became integrated in the computer, he kind of just his search for godlike abilities to become bigger, better, more knowledgeable became a very dangerous thing. And I just thought it was a really cool morality tale, and especially when you figure the cast that got brought into this. You know, I'm you guys know by now I'm a huge fan of the superhero movies, the comic book movies. So you've got Cillian Murphy, the Scarecrow from the Dark Knight trilogy. You've got Morgan Freeman, who, amongst his numerous other credits, is also Lucius Fox in the Dark Knight trilogy. And you got Paul Bettany, who's Vision in the MCU. And you take this and you compound it with the fact that in Public Enemies, which we discussed on Wednesday, if you missed that, I'll link it up here. We had Christian Bale in that. You've got Johnny Depp in these last couple days integrating and acting alongside quite a few of not only the Dark Knight trilogy actors, but just comic book actors in general. And I almost kind of wonder why Johnny Depp never got into a superhero movie. Was it because he was so busy being Captain Jack Sparrow and he just couldn't find the time to dedicate towards two major franchises? Possibly. But just something that made me scratch my head, especially when you look at all these other people that he acted alongside of that had their hands in those respective cookie jars. But getting back to this tale, like I said, and I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse here, but I just really enjoyed the morality tale here. It kind of gave me, and I don't know if it was intended, I'm not sure if I'm the only one that sees it, but it kind of gave me a Terminator 2 vibe about what happens when the the humans get integrated within the machines and the machines kind of start to rise up. You know, the fact that Will essentially overcame and took over the sentient computer and was the be all end all. It just was really scary to me because we are in a technological society now, to save nothing of when this movie was made, where this very easily could become a reality. Somebody with enough knowledge, enough know how that is on their deathbed could integrate themselves within a computer megastructure and then grow in knowledge and awareness and kind of take things over. Then personal agendas come into things. If the person who's passed and integrated their consciousness into the structure of computers knows you on a personal level, whoever you may be that is watching this right now, and I'm pointing at, if that person knows you, they then can get access to all of your darkest secrets. And you're screwed. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's really a scary thought. I enjoyed this film, though. I thought it was great. I'm not 100% sure if I own this yet, so if I don't, I'm definitely going to look to pick it up because I enjoyed it that much. When it comes to my rating for Transcendence, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. What do you guys think of this one? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. And let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow because we've got a hell of a busy day ahead of us. First and foremost, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, the Jeff Meacham Network, and across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media, beginning at 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media coverage of Money in the Bank, live from the O2 in London, England. Myself and the Simple Man Noah Foster will be on the call for all of that action. And then once that goes off the air, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, it'll be time for another episode of Renegades Reviews. And it's new release Saturday. I'm going to be taking a look at The Flash, starring Ezra Miller, Sasha Calle, Michael Shannon, Ron Livingston, and Michael Keaton. And then immediately following that, we are going to kick off our 31 days of Disney as I take a look at The Emperor's New Groove, featuring the voice talents of David Spade, John Goodman, Eartha Kitt, and Patrick Warburton, amongst others. But oh no, no, ladies and gentlemen, it does not end there. As later on in the evening, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, the Jeff Meacham Network, and across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media, it'll be time once again for the Saturday night shenanigans that are Open Mic Night, where myself, the Simple Man Noah Foster, the Heeb Man James Hebert, and the West Coast professor himself, Jeff Meacham, will all be together in studio, along with whichever members of our extended multiverse family choose to enter into the studio, step up to the microphone, and engage us in discussing the week of professional wrestling. You don't want to miss out on any of that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, the Jeff Meacham Network, or across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media. Money in the Bank Watch Along, new release Saturday, The Flash, first day of my Disney coverage with The Emperor's New Groove, and wrapping it all up with Open Mic Night. Again, you don't want to miss any of it, so make sure you smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Statboy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view, PLE watch-along coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of Johnny Depp, fans of Kate Mara, fans of Cillian Murphy, fans of Morgan Freeman, fans of Paul Bettany, anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video. Share it with them, as it's the only way we're going to keep my visibility up in YouTube's algorithms now that we are in fact a monetized channel right here on the platform. Thank you once again out there to everybody who joined me and tuned in this afternoon. It means so much more to me than you guys will ever know. And I will see you guys next time.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.